King Charles, who happens to be Princess Anne's brother, has always held the title of her most trusted confidant. From an early age, the two of them shared a steadfast bond and a remarkable ability to understand each other, even in the toughest of times, and often displayed courage and kindness by putting her brother's needs and those of others before her own. Yet, it came as a surprise to everyone when she sent an unusual letter to King Charles. What prompted Princess Anne to make such remarks? Or was it another instance of her remarkable generosity? Continue reading to discover what Princess Anne expressed in her message. Contrary to the popular belief that the lives of princesses are filled with nothing but joy and happiness, Princess Anne's life has been anything but perfect. She was born on the 15th of August, 1950, at Clarence House, and was the only daughter of Prince Philip and Princess Elizabeth. Her childhood did not reflect the typical royal upbringing imagined by many. Despite her life being steeped in tradition and privilege, Anne's upbringing was marked by separation, duty, and high expectations. In 1952, when Anne was merely 18 months old, her mother ascended the throne as Queen Elizabeth II, taking on responsibilities not just as a mother but as the sovereign of the nation, and was largely cared for by nannies and governesses such as Catherine Peebles, while her brother Charles was educated by private tutors at Buckingham Palace. Although Queen Elizabeth has often been criticized for an aloof demeanor due to her royal obligations, Anne has consistently defended her. In a 2002 interview, Princess Anne spoke warmly of her mother, stating that there was no evidence to suggest she wasn't a loving mother. Like her mother, Anne's education was mostly overseen by governesses and tutors, while her parents attended to their royal duties. At the age of 13, in 1963, Anne enrolled at the prestigious Benenden School, a boarding institution in Kent. Despite the challenges, she excelled academically and became more self-reliant after leaving home. By 1968, she had accomplished 2 A-levels and 6 GCSEs, a commendable feat given her royal commitments. Apart from her deep passion for horses, Anne also felt a strong sense of duty to her royal responsibilities. How did she juggle all her commitments alongside her love for equestrian activities? Her fascination with horses dominated a major part of Princess Anne's life. Her participation in equestrian competitions is a prominent aspect of her story. As a skilled and driven rider, she initiated her international career in the early 1970s. When Anne claimed the individual title at the 1971 European Eventing Championships, she became the first British royal to secure a European championship. She also represented Great Britain in the eventing team at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. Despite facing numerous challenges, horseback riding provided, and with a sense of purpose and an escape from the stringent norms of royal life. Winning wasn't guaranteed by her status as a princess, but her perseverance was rewarded. She also engaged in horse racing during her free time, including participating in the Diamond Stakes at Royal Ascot and the Grand Military Steeplechase at Sandown Park. During her 5 years with the British eventing team, and thrived in both individual and team events at the 1975 European Eventing Championships. Between 1971 and 1979, she participated in 5 badminton horse trials, securing 4th place in 1974 and 6th in 1979. In the 1985 Epsom Derby, she even achieved 4th place in a charitable race, which highlighted her equestrian versatility. From 1986 to 1994, she chaired the Fédération Équestre Internationale. Furthermore, she made royal history in 1987 by becoming the first royal family member to appear on a television quiz show, A Question of Sport, on the BBC. Princess Anne has been an ardent supporter of the riding for the Disabled Association from 1971 until her appointment as president in 1985, a role she continues to fulfill. In June of 2024, she was admitted to Southmead Hospital with minor injuries and symptoms of a concussion, possibly following a horse-related accident. Nonetheless, her life has been profoundly shaped by both her royal obligations and her achievements in equestrian sports. and began taking on royal engagements and adapting to public life's demands as early as 18. One of the most challenging aspects of her royal duties in the 1970s was organizing royal walkabouts. Although these public appearances were intended to make the royal family more approachable, and admitted they were not easy for her, Princess Anne found royal duties challenging, especially during her teenage years. In an interview, she admitted that she didn't particularly enjoy walkabouts. Although riding horses brought her joy, it couldn't shield her from the demands of monarchy. Many have noted Anne's occasional frustration with the constraints of her role as a princess. She is said to have expressed that she never wished to be born into royalty, underscoring the expectations that come with her position. Yet, Anne perseveres, balancing her intense royal duties with her passion for horses, particularly as King Charles ascends the throne. During Queen Elizabeth II's reign, Princess Anne, also known as the Princess Royal, was a crucial support to her mother. As the Queen's emissary, she participated in key state and ceremonial engagements, both in the United Kingdom and internationally. As a working royal, Anne took part in numerous annual ceremonial events overseen by the Queen, such as the Remembrance Day service at the Cenotaph and the Trooping the Colour. These gatherings allowed the royal family to unite in support of the Queen and the nation during moments of pride and reflection. Another important aspect of Anne's work has involved representing the United Kingdom abroad. Her ambassadorial duties sometimes required her to undertake up to 3 international trips a year on behalf of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. These journeys often included humanitarian work, during which Princess Anne met with politicians and government officials, and attended receptions with local business leaders to promote the United Kingdom overseas. In 2015, for example, she attended a commemorative event marking the 20th anniversary of the Srebrenica massacre. In 1990, she became the first member of the royal family to formally visit the Soviet Union, marking a pivotal moment in royal diplomacy. Acknowledging achievements within the Commonwealth and the United Kingdom has also been a significant duty of hers. As the Queen's ambassador, she was tasked with conducting investitures and presenting medals to those listed in the Queen's birthday and New Year's honors. During these ceremonies, Anne engaged with a diverse array of individuals, including volunteers and service members from various backgrounds, at garden parties held at the Palace of Holyrood House and Buckingham Palace. Even beyond her professional responsibilities, Princess Anne has remained devoted to serving others. How does she manage to juggle all these commitments successfully? Princess Anne's noble acts of service and charitable endeavors are worth noting. She officially supports over 200 organizations. Her long-standing presidency of Save the Children and her ongoing commitment to the charity are among her most recognized efforts. Throughout the years, she has visited numerous countries where the organization operates, including Bangladesh, Ethiopia, South Africa, Mozambique, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Sierra Leone. In recognition of her selfless work, Anne was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1990 by Kenneth Kaunda, the then president of Zambia. In support of unpaid caregivers, the Princess Royal Trust for Carers was established in 1991, an important aspect of her philanthropic work. Her involvement with St. John Ambulance is another significant component of her charitable activities. As Commandant-in-Chief, Anne has been instrumental in mentoring and supporting youth through the St. John Ambulance Cadets, frequently attending the Grand Prior Award reception. She also demonstrates her commitment to health, safety, and humanitarian efforts by backing St. Andrew's First Aid. Princess Anne's ability to perform her royal responsibilities while engaging extensively in philanthropy is a testament to her dedication and determination. She continues to serve her nation and pursue causes close to her heart. In 2021, Princess Anne became a patron of Mercy Ships, an international non-profit organization operating the world's largest non-governmental hospital ships. Her role in sports administration is noteworthy as well. She represents Great Britain on the International Olympic Committee and was a key member of the organizing committee for the 2012 London Olympic Games. Additionally, she represented her nation at the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, and served on the executive committee of the British Olympic Association, and has made significant contributions to culture and scholarship following the Queen. Her commitment to public service and numerous roles within charitable, educational, and artistic realms was evident. Notably, in 1981, she was chosen by the university's alumni to serve as Chancellor of the University of London. Her service as the President of the British Academy of Arts from 1973 to 2001 is further testament to her extensive background in the arts. Additionally, Princess Anne held the position of Her Majesty's High Commissioner to the Church of Scotland's General Assembly for 2 terms, from 1996 to 2017. In 2007, the Queen continued her grandmother's legacy by nominating Anne as the Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, recognizing her significant contributions to research and medicine. She is uniquely honored as the only royal to be titled a Royal Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences, supported by her membership in the Royal Society. As of 2022, she stands among the 4 Royal Fellows of the Royal Society alongside King Charles, Prince William, and the Duke of Kent. In 2011, Princess Anne was appointed Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh, following her father's resignation in 2010. That same year, she succeeded her father as the head of the City and Guilds of London Institute, Master of the Corporation of Trinity House, and President of the Royal Society of Arts. Her numerous commitments reflect her enduring devotion to public service across various industries, including charity, education, and sports. Throughout her life, Princess Anne has undertaken an array of roles and responsibilities. She became president of the Commonwealth Study Conference, following in her father's footsteps, and succeeded the Duke of Kent as the head of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission in 2023. Additionally, Anne is a patron of Transed, a non-profit organization launched by Save the Children and the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, aiming to provide safe and environmentally sustainable transportation solutions to developing nations. Princess Anne is a staunch advocate for women in STEM and serves as the Royal Patron of WISE, an organization encouraging young women to pursue careers in science, engineering, and construction. In 2022, she was named Honorary Chair of the National Lighthouse Museum's Illuminating Future Generations initiative, dedicated to fundraising for the museum's exhibition space. Over the years, Anne has held leadership positions in numerous historic guilds, including the Worshipful Company of Carmen, the Worshipful Company of Farmers, and the Worshipful Company of Fishmongers. She also assumed the role of Governor of Gresham School in 2017. Despite her busy royal duties, Princess Anne found time for personal pursuits, including matters of the heart. Her love life, encompassing both triumphs and tribulations, was marked by public interest and speculation. Her first marriage to Mark Phillips, a member of the Queen's Dragoon Guards, was highly anticipated and celebrated. The couple grew close during an equestrian event in 1968 and became engaged in May of that year. Their marriage took place at Westminster Abbey in 1973, witnessed by an audience of 100 million globally. However, their union was soon troubled by controversy, with infidelity rumors surrounding both parties. Mark Phillips was linked to several women, and Princess Anne allegedly had connections with actor Anthony Andrews and her bodyguard. The most significant speculation involved the Queen's equerry, Commander Timothy Lawrence. These challenges and allegations ultimately led to their marriage's public breakdown by 1989. Their separation was compounded by a DNA test confirming Phillips fathered a child with New Zealand art teacher Heather Tonkin. Finally, in 1992, Anne and Mark Phillips formalized their divorce. In the same year, Anne remarried in a more modest ceremony to Commander Timothy Lawrence at Crathie near Balmoral, with only 30 guests in attendance. Unlike her first grand wedding, this ceremony was quieter, and the couple opted for a more private lifestyle. Following the upheaval of her first marriage, Anne seemed to find stability with Timothy, achieving a sense of peace in her personal life despite the inherent pressures that accompany her royal duties. Princess Anne's resilience and dedication to both her responsibilities and her personal happiness highlight the complexities of her role as both a public figure and a private individual. Princess Anne's life has been marked by numerous adventures and a few terrifying experiences, one of the most notable being the attempted kidnapping on March 20, 1974. While she was en route to Buckingham Palace with Mark Phillips, their vehicle was suddenly halted by a Ford Escort. Luckily, Ron Russell, a former boxer who happened to be nearby, bravely intervened. Soon after, the police arrived, and the assailant was apprehended after a brief pursuit. The incident shocked the nation, but fortunately, Anne emerged unscathed. Her brother, who is now King Charles, was particularly concerned for her safety and advocated for enhanced royal protection. This harrowing event led to important changes in the security protocols of the royal family and reinforced Anne's reputation as a formidable and independent woman. Despite this ordeal, Anne was determined to carry out her duties. In 1976, 2 years following the kidnapping attempt, Anne endured another setback while preparing for the Summer Olympics in Montreal. She experienced a concussion, damaged vertebrae, and bruises after a fall during training. Despite suffering from amnesia and spending several days hospitalized, she made a remarkable recovery. A few weeks later, Anne returned to horseback riding, determined to set an example for the Olympic team. Fast forward to 2002, Anne again made headlines, this time related to an incident involving her dog Dottie. Dottie, while out walking with Anne, chased 2 boys on bicycles and caused them to fall. Due to her dog's behavior, Anne faced legal repercussions. While other royal family members typically avoided such consequences, Anne chose to tackle the issue directly. She pleaded guilty, paid a fine, and ensured Dottie underwent proper training, and became the first British princess to face a criminal sentence casually, displaying both sadness and dignity throughout the process. King Charles showed his discreet support, standing by her side and respecting her candor, and has also faced personal losses alongside her well-publicized challenges. Her father, Prince Philip, passed away in 2021 at the age of 99, followed by the death of her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, in September of 2022 at 96. The unexpected loss of both parents caused profound sorrow within the royal family, but Anne remained composed and supportive as King Charles assumed the throne, and was the first to welcome Prince Harry home for his grandmother's funeral, handling family matters with grace. Her ability to maintain poise amidst both personal and public turmoil was admired by both her family and the public. King Charles relied heavily on and as a confidant for her steadfast support and capacity to stay calm under pressure. Understanding the nature of the relationship between King Charles and Princess Anne requires a look into his early years and formal education. Born on November 14, 1948, while King George VI was still the monarch, Charles's birth was a momentous occasion for the royal family. Prince Charles, later Duke of Edinburgh, was the firstborn of Princess Elizabeth, who would become Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip. Charles was delivered via caesarean section at Buckingham Palace and baptized in the palace music room on December 15, 1948, with the ceremony officiated by the Archbishop of Canterbury, George Fisher. At the age of 3, everything changed for Charles when his mother was proclaimed Queen Elizabeth II in February 1952, following his grandfather's death. Charles was then named Duke of Cornwall and Duke of Rothesay. The following year, he witnessed his mother's coronation at Westminster Abbey, marking his role as the first heir apparent to the throne. Breaking from royal tradition, Charles attended school rather than being privately tutored. In 1956, he started at Hill House School in West London, where his headmaster, Stuart Townend, insisted on no special treatment and encouraged him to play rugby to stay grounded. After Hill House, Charles continued the family tradition by enrolling at Cheam School in Hampshire and later attending Gordonstoun, a Scottish school his father had also attended. Although initially struggling with the rigidity of Gordonstoun, even referring to it as coldits and kilts, Charles grew to appreciate the school for instilling valuable life skills. In a 1975 interview, he expressed gratitude for the experience, despite its intensity. Charles broadened his horizons further in 1966. By spending 2 terms at the remote Timbertop campus of Geelong Grammar School in Australia, King Charles had the opportunity to experience life independently, away from the royal spotlight. During this formative time, he embarked on a trip to Papua New Guinea with his history teacher, Michael Collins Percy. Looking back, Charles described his time at Timbertop as a pivotal point in his academic journey. Back at Gordonstown, he continued to make his own path, eventually becoming head boy, which allowed him to demonstrate his leadership skills. He completed his education with 2 A-levels and 6 O-levels in history and French, graduating in 1967 with B and C grades. Although Charles achieved notable academic results, he expressed discontent with his school years, preferring the comfort of home. Breaking tradition, Charles opted to attend university immediately after finishing his A-levels, rather than enlisting in the British military. In October 1967, he began his studies at Trinity College, Cambridge. As he approached the end of his degree, he transitioned his focus from anthropology and archaeology to history. In his second year, he also attended the University College of Wales in Aberystwyth, where he studied Welsh history and learned the language. Charles became the first British heir to the throne to attend university, earning a Bachelor of Arts from Cambridge University in June 1970. This degree was later upgraded to a Master of Arts in August 1975, in keeping with tradition. The shared experiences of King Charles and Princess and during their upbringing in the royal family have fostered a close bond between them. As siblings in the public eye, they developed mutual understanding and support to navigate the demands of their royal roles. Their relationship has always been characterized by loyalty and a sense of fun. Despite their busy lives and commitments, they frequently make time for each other, finding comfort in reminiscing about the past. In both their personal and public lives, Charles and Anne have consistently supported one another. As adults, they both embrace their duties as members of the royal family and often appear together as representatives at various events. Their shared dedication to service and duty has further strengthened their bond. They have a deep understanding of the responsibilities associated with their titles, supporting each other through life's challenges and celebrating each other's successes. As we delve deeper into their relationship, we see how crucial Anne has been as a confidant to Charles. Their steadfast relationship has helped them overcome many of life's trials. Having only 21 months between their ages as children helped form a strong friendship, especially while their parents were occupied with royal duties. Cared for by nannies and governesses, Anne and Charles developed early independence. Even in her youth, Anne displayed leadership and independence, often challenging her brother, yet always supporting him. Their shared interest in horses and outdoor activities laid the foundation for their connection. Whether riding horses or attending polo matches, they enjoyed exploring the countryside together. Anne's courage and tenacity often inspired Charles. He admired her strength and determination. Despite the usual sibling rivalry, their commitment to each other and the royal institution remained firm. During key public moments, such as Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 2022, their closeness was evident. Anne stood by Charles through his preparations for kingship, and their bond was unmistakably strong during the funeral procession. Anne's unwavering support was on full display, signifying their profound bond. As the gold stick in waiting at Charles's coronation, Anne played a vital role in ensuring his safety. This role underscored Charles's trust in her and her dedication to her duties as a princess, symbolizing her essential role in his reign. Anne rode in a ceremonial procession behind King Charles, marking a poignant moment in their evolving relationship. As siblings, their bond has strengthened, with Charles increasingly leaning on Anne as a trusted confidant. Her consistent support lightens his royal burdens, and she readily accepts more responsibilities, especially following Charles's cancer diagnosis in February 2024, and has quietly embraced the role of caregiver while maintaining her packed schedule of royal engagements. Her commitment to Charles has earned her admiration both within the royal family and beyond. Anne and Charles are more than just a team. Their relationship is interwoven with humor and affection. During his coronation celebrations, and affectionately called Charles Old Bean, reflecting their warm and loving friendship. Their journey together through the complexities of royal life showcases their tenacity, love, and devotion to each other. The lively banter between Princess Anne and King Charles highlights their affection beyond official titles and duties. Throughout their lives, they've been able to rely on each other for support despite facing individual challenges. Anne was there for Charles in the aftermath of their parents' deaths, just as he supported her following her divorce from Mark Phillips, and has privately worried about Charles's health as he took on the weighty responsibilities of the throne. However, her relationship with Queen Camilla is more intricate and occasionally strained. Despite their shared royal roots, Anne and Camilla have not fully connected. Anne's strong work ethic and dedication often clash with Camilla's more laid-back approach to royal obligations, leading to some tension. This was especially evident when Camilla took a vacation shortly after King Charles's cancer diagnosis, at a time when Anne willingly accepted more royal engagements amid staff shortages and heightened workloads. Those familiar with the royal family have noted Anne's tendency to question Camilla's commitment to royal duties in private. She silently speculated on Camilla's suitability as queen and felt that a more dignified title, such as queen consort, would be more appropriate. Nevertheless, Anne remained tactful in public. In February 2024, Princess Anne penned a heartfelt letter to Charles upon learning of his cancer diagnosis, a gesture viewed by many as her ultimate act of kindness. While the impact of this message on their relationship remains uncertain, it highlights Anne's readiness to prioritize her brother's well-being over her own. The dynamics of relationships within the royal family, including Anne's complex rapport with Camilla and her deep bond with Charles, are pivotal in shaping the monarchy's future. Following Queen Elizabeth II's passing, Anne's actions surprised both the royal family and the public. She informed King Charles of her intent to be omitted from his will, a selfless act that profoundly touched Charles, who was already grappling with the emotional weight of his sister's decision. This choice was driven by a profound commitment to the monarchy, nearly bringing Anne to tears as she chose to forego her inheritance. Anne's decision relieved Charles of a significant financial concern. As Queen Elizabeth's only daughter and a dedicated working royal, she opted to leave the entire estate to the heir, thus avoiding the 40% inheritance tax mandated by British law. Instead of relying on family wealth, Anne preferred to manage her expenses and those of her brothers, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. Beyond an estimated $850 million estate, her decision underscored her unwavering dedication to the institution and the royal family, astonishing many, including Queen Camilla. King Charles and Anne's bond remained steadfast, rooted in genuine respect and love. Anne's sacrifice in placing the monarchy above personal gain has left an indelible mark. Despite her unwavering dedication to her royal duties, Princess Anne's surprising and multifaceted nature often sets her apart from other members of the royal family. Known for her fierce independence and relentless commitment to charity and service, Anne is deeply respected. Beyond her royal responsibilities, she is a talented equestrian who has represented Great Britain in international competitions. Her passion for horseback riding is not merely a hobby but a core part of her identity, and has consistently participated in major events, such as the Olympics, advocating for equestrian sports with genuine zeal. Princess Anne is also renowned for her honesty and willingness to share her opinions. Her straightforwardness attracts many admirers in a society that often prioritizes formality and convention. Her dedication to charitable causes, love of riding, and candidness about her life and duties distinguish her from other royals. As the royal family faces challenges and transformations, Anne's selfless actions and vibrant personality are ever more crucial, highlighting her significance for the future of the monarchy. One of Anne's defining traits is her character. No matter how often she breaches convention, her commitment to her royal duties never wavers. She has forged her own path, independent of typical monarchical expectations. Representing a legacy of public service, She has been named the royal family's dependable confidant. Since turning 18, she has demonstrated unwavering dedication at over 20,000 engagements. Even though her children were second in line for the throne, she chose not to grant them royal titles, a progressive move that underscores her valuation of individual freedom over regal privilege. Those who have met her can attest to her fierce intelligence and charisma, qualities often overshadowed by her media portrayal as distant or aloof. Her father, Prince Philip, gifted her a sharp sense of humor, adding depth to her unique character, and has always believed in speaking from personal experience, particularly emphasizing her work with charities such as Save the Children. During her early public appearances, she stressed that helping others should precede seeking acknowledgement, reflecting her resolve to impact positively beyond her royal obligations. Her reputation as the hardest-working royal underlines her commitment. Between 2002 and 2022, she attended over 1,100 engagements, more than any other royal family member. Now beloved by the public and media, and is praised for her active involvement and unorthodox habits, such as driving herself to events and applying her own makeup, showcasing her grounded nature despite her royal status. Her practicality shows in her hands-on approach to tasks like fixing fences at her estate or choosing to line up at events. She even opts to skip traditional public gestures, such as handshakes during walkabouts, and actively supports lesser-known groups like the Wet Wheels Foundation, which aims to make sailing accessible to all, and the National Lighthouse Museum. Her readiness to fund unconventional projects reflects a commitment to a broader spectrum of social issues. Her selfless gesture of relinquishing her inheritance to support the monarchy illustrates her profound sense of duty and loyalty, as expressed in her message to King Charles. This act exemplifies her prioritization of the institution's needs above her own, garnering admiration for her altruism. While whether King Charles deserves such a gesture is debatable, it's clear that he values Anne's dedication. Faced with numerous challenges as king, especially after the abrupt loss of his parents, Charles comprehends the significant weight of Anne's act. His heartfelt reaction underscores the deep respect and appreciation he holds for her sacrifices and steadfast support amid his substantial royal responsibilities. Princess Anne is a cherished member of the royal family, renowned for her steadfast dedication to advocacy and duty, which bolsters her unique and unconventional nature. Her loyal and supportive relationship with King Charles exemplifies the royal family's enduring bonds, even in the face of adversity and personal sacrifice. Thank you for watching. For the latest celebrity news, please like and comment on the video, and subscribe to our channel. By clicking on the video currently playing, you can also explore one of our other remarkable videos.